This week marks 1 year since Emanuel Welch became Illinois House Speaker. Welch's historic win in this followed former Illinois House Speaker Michael Madigan's decades-long hold on political power in the House. And joining us now to reflect on that moment and what has happened in the years since is Speaker Welch. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having me.
So how about that? What is different in this past year? What has changed in Illinois government and specifically in the Illinois House with you at the helm?
Well, I don't want to state the obvious, but, there's been a historic appointment, and me being the first African-American, that's in 203 years for our state. That's a huge significant. But as you know, Amanda, we've talked a lot. You know how different it is in the House with regard to the Speaker's office being very open, accessible, doing the best to be transparent. Democrats on both, members on both sides, Democrats and Republicans, will tell you they've been in the office for the first time. For many of them, had conversations with me and actually got things done. Also, we have term limits in our rules. First time ever. I don't think we've ever considered term limits on a speaker. So those are some significant things that I think are big differences. And if you talk to the rank and file members, they will tell you they see and feel the difference and they're feeling heard.
So this is the beginning and still of what you've promised will only be as long as a 10-year run as Speaker. Now, you talked about the significance of being the first Black individual to hold that position. How has that materially made a difference in what has been accomplished, what's been done this past year?
Well, I think it's important just to note the significance of it in history. I think it has made a difference to Black boys and girls all across this state. Now that they can see something, they can believe it, they can achieve it. But I also think it's a symbolic that we seize the moment, and we seize the moment in a big way here in this country where there's been a big call for diversity, equity, inclusion. I've always called for that even before I was Speaker, and here I am today. I think that's a direct result of where we are in our country and our society. But we also seized the moment and got big things done from a policy standpoint. I think timing is everything, and I think that certainly having a new speaker with new energy, we were able to get a lot of those new things done, those big things done.
I want to circle back to that, but just briefly curious, does Madigan pick up the phone ever, give you a call, feedback, advice, and would you want it?
Well, we talked, less than a handful of times last year. It's been a while since the last conversation, but I got to tell you, there's only 4 people alive in Illinois that know what I'm actually going through. And that's myself, Speaker Madigan, George Ryan, and Lee Daniels. And so it's an exclusive club. And, to have those conversations with him less than a handful of times, I found him to be very helpful.
You noted that timing is everything, and really some very significant legislation did become law in Illinois under you and with a push from the Black Caucus, including some criminal justice changes that are just beginning to take effect. And yet, of course, this comes as we are seeing a lot of crime in major metropolises, including in Chicago. You've said that there may be some changes coming in that regard to deal with things such as carjackings and also to deal with retail theft. What are you looking to do there?
Amanda, it's pretty early in the session. We've actually only been to Springfield one day in person. We're about to start our virtual hearings this week. Next week, we'll continue those virtual hearings. Conversations are very early in the process, but I do believe that there's going to be an anti-crime agenda that comes out of the General Assembly this spring. We know that carjackings is an issue all across the state. We know that organized retail theft is an issue, so we've had conversations already with the Illinois Retail Merchants Association on a package that we're working on. So there's a lot of big things that we think will get done, but particularly around this area of helping to reduce crime. But I also think we're going to be able to do some things within our budget space that will continue to help us address crime as well. And I do think we have to continue to properly fund our local law enforcement agencies, make sure they have the funding that they need for training and education, like we did in the 2021 budget. We're going to have to continue to build upon that. I mean, there's some policy things we can do, but we have to continue to do things from a budgetary standpoint as well.
Is there anything that you can share with us that, at least in these early conversations even, have been talked about as solutions to carjacking, retail theft? Is it something like longer sentences? The General Assembly has been moving in the opposite of that, trying to bring the prison population down. Is that part of it?
Well, it's very early on, Amanda. I don't want to get into specifics yet because I don't want to get locked into anything in particular, but Chairman Slaughter in the House, Chairman Sims in the Senate, they're leading the efforts, and in the coming days and weeks, you will be getting more specifics on those things, but do know that those are some issues that are top of mind. Crime is not just an issue in the state of Illinois, it's an issue all over the country. And I think that we have to step up and address those issues that are affecting everyday people. People shouldn't worry about carjackings and retail theft. And there's some answers that we can bring forward.
We're certainly eager to hear whatever you've got coming, so please do share. You talked about the budget. What of that? What are your priorities as we're about a month out from the governor giving his proposal?
Boy, I tell you, I can't believe we're in year 3 of COVID-19. And not only are we in year 3, but we're in the midst of a surge of COVID-19. And so certainly our budget has to be a top priority again. I think we're going to have to continue to address COVID-19. Thankfully, we didn't spend all of the ARPA money, and we're going to be able to allocate some of the ARPA dollars to continue to help people pay their rent, pay their mortgages, to continue to put a roof over their head, to continue to help our small businesses stay open. We're going to be able to do some things in our budget space because of our responsible use of dollars last year. And so I want to build on that, continue to recognize that we're in the midst of a global pandemic. It hasn't gone anywhere. And so we're going to have to continue to help people as best we can.
A rare position for Illinois to be in terms of having some dollars to spare or perhaps play around with. When you mention the COVID pandemic, what action do you believe the General Assembly needs to take along that vein, particularly as we still see, for example, court cases going forward, trying to say that without an actual law, the governor doesn't have authority to implement things like a mask mandate in schools or vaccination mandates?
Well, I think the General Assembly has already taken action in the last veto session. We took action with regard to the Healthcare Right of Conscience Act. But from our standpoint, I think the biggest space that we can be helpful in is the budget space. We have to recognize that COVID-19 is wreaking havoc on families with regard to childcare issues, people that actually get laid off from their jobs, unemployment issues. We're going to have to address the unemployment insurance fund. There's a lot of things in our budget space that we're going to have to do to continue to recognize the realities of living in a global pandemic that Democrats in the legislature have done. We did it in 2021. We're going to continue to do that here in 2022. And I'm hoping that my colleagues on the other side will join us in our efforts to continue to help people.
And of course, all of that with 2022 also, at least not forget, an election year with all members of the Illinois House who are running for re-election, including yourself, up and on that ballot. On that note, stay well, and thank you so much, House Speaker Chris Welch.
Amanda, thank you. You be well as well.
Thanks.